He was seconds away from winning, and he knew he didn't deserve it. His chest burned, his legs shook, but it wasn't exhaustion. It was guilt. Because the shortcut he took to get ahead had already begun to destroy him. And what happened next would cost him everything. In a quiet town surrounded by dusty roads and golden fields lived a boy who hated losing. He wasn't weak. He wasn't lazy. But he had one defining trait: impatience. He wanted success fast. While others practiced, he searched for easier ways. While others failed and learned, he avoided failure entirely. In his mind, losing wasn't part of the journey. It was something to escape. Every year, the town hosted a race. It wasn't just any race. It was the race. Winning it meant respect, recognition, and a chance to leave the town behind. And this year, he was determined to win. But there was a problem. There was another runner, stronger, faster, disciplined. The kind of person who woke up before sunrise and trained until his legs gave out. Everyone knew who would win. And it wasn't him. He tried training harder. For a few days, he pushed himself. He ran until his lungs burned and his vision blurred. But the progress was slow, painful, frustrating. Every time he thought he was improving, he'd see the other runner. Effortless, focused, unstoppable. "Why does it have to be so hard?" he muttered one evening, kicking a stone down the empty road. That's when he noticed something. A narrow dirt path cutting through the woods. Hidden. Quiet. Almost forgotten. It connected two parts of the racetrack. A shortcut. His heart skipped. He walked closer, brushing aside branches. The path was real, clear enough to run through. And most importantly, invisible from the main road. No cameras, no guards, no one watching. Just a few seconds saved. But those few seconds could change everything. He stood there, staring at it, his mind racing. "This is it," he whispered. Not a way to become better. A way to look better. And in that moment, he chose appearance over effort. Race day arrived. The air buzzed with excitement. People lined the track, cheering, waving flags, shouting names. The energy was electric. He stood at the starting line, heart pounding in his chest. Next to him stood the other runner. Calm, focused, ready. No fear, no shortcuts. Just discipline. It made him uneasy. "Still time to do this the right way," a small voice inside him said. But he ignored it. The whistle blew. And they were off. Feet pounded against the ground. Dust rose into the air. The crowd roared as the runners surged forward. At first, everything felt normal. He kept pace, pushing harder than ever before. His legs strained, his breath came sharp and fast, but he stayed close. Closer than he'd ever been. For a moment, he felt proud. But then came the turn. The moment. The shortcut was just ahead. His heartbeat spiked. This was it. He glanced around. No one was watching. The other runner sprinted forward, unaware. And in a split second, he made his move. He slipped off the main track and disappeared into the trees. The world went quiet. No cheering. No footsteps. Just the sound of his own breathing and branches snapping beneath his feet. For a moment, it felt easy. Too easy. "I'm actually going to win," he thought, a grin forming on his face. But then, something felt wrong. The path wasn't as clear as he remembered. The ground was uneven. Roots twisted beneath his feet. The air felt heavier. He stumbled. Caught himself. Kept going. Faster. He had to get back on the track before anyone noticed. But the deeper he ran, the more uncertain it became. Was this the right way? His chest tightened. Panic began to creep in. This wasn't supposed to happen. He pushed harder, ignoring the fear. And then he tripped. Hard. He hit the ground, sliding across dirt and stones. Pain shot through his leg. For a second, everything went silent. Then came the realization. He was lost. The shortcut wasn't a shortcut anymore. It was a trap. He scrambled to his feet, breathing heavily. His leg throbbed with pain, but he forced himself forward. He had to get back. He had to fix this. But every direction looked the same. Every turn led to more confusion. Time was slipping away. And with it, his chance. Meanwhile, on the main track, the race continued. The other runner pushed forward, unaware of what had happened behind him. But as he reached the section near the woods, something felt off. There was no one beside him. No footsteps, no presence. He slowed down, looked around. Where did he go? He wondered. The crowd murmured, confused. Something wasn't right. And then he saw it. Broken branches. Disturbed dirt. A trail leading into the woods. His expression changed. In that moment, he understood everything. The shortcut. The cheat. The attempt to win without earning it. He stood there, breathing hard. He could keep running. He could win. No one would blame him. But something inside him refused. With a deep breath, he stepped off the track and ran into the woods. Back in the trees, the boy was struggling. His leg burned, his chest ached, his mind raced with regret. Why did I do this? He whispered, his voice shaking. He tried to move faster, but the pain slowed him down. And then he heard footsteps coming toward him. His heart dropped. He turned and saw him, the other runner, standing there, looking at him. Not with anger, not with pride, but with something worse. Disappointment. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then the other runner stepped forward. You took the shortcut, he said quietly. The boy looked down. He couldn't deny it. I wanted to win, he muttered. The other runner nodded slowly. I know. Silence hung between them. Then he did something unexpected. He extended his hand. Come on, let's go back. The boy hesitated. Why? He asked. You could win right now. You should win. The other runner looked at him, his eyes steady. A race isn't worth winning if you lose yourself getting there. Those words hit harder than the fall. For the first time, he understood. This wasn't about speed. It was about integrity. He grabbed his hand. And together, they walked back to the track. By the time they returned, the race was over. Someone else had won. The crowd was confused, whispering, questioning. But he didn't care. For the first time, he wasn't thinking about winning. He was thinking about who he had almost become. Later that evening, he sat alone, staring at the empty road. His leg was bandaged. His body was sore. But his mind was clear. He had lost the race. But he had found something far more important. The truth. that shortcuts don't just cut distance. They cut character. From that day on, he changed. He trained, slowly, consistently, honestly. He failed, again and again. But this time, he didn't run from it. He embraced it. Because he finally understood something most people never do. Winning isn't about crossing the finish line first. It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves to.